Are families really the building blocks of society? You decide.
Family is very important. You need to stay connected. You need to stay connected. Stay connected. Connected. Hello, my name is Danny Martin. I am an AmeriCorps Vista serving the North Hartford Promise Zone. I am from Hartford originally, and I've lived all over as well, but I'm back in Hartford helping out the community as an AmeriCorps Vista. And what I feel about family is most of my family is here in Connecticut, but I also have family in Jamaica as well and in down south. Family is very important. You need to stay connected. I actually just had, on my mother's side, a family reunion. It was the first one in many years. Maybe, I want to say 15 years. And we saw people that we hadn't seen forever. I have two little girls. They have cousins they never met. And it's really important to stay connected because you can have family that doesn't even know each other. And I do notice that's a big problem that's happening lately, that people are not connected to each other. So I just connected with Joyce today about the Fatherhood Initiative. And actually, I've been hearing about this a lot, and I definitely stand by and support this sort of a program because a lot of fathers may not be as connected in their children's lives because they don't know their rights, they don't know very much about raising children, things like that. And it's a great idea to empower fathers. I believe in empowering parents in general. So to be able to empower fathers to be an active role in their children's lives, if they are the better parent to raise their child, then they need to be the one that's raising their child. Like whatever the case may be, fathers are very necessary, especially in our community, because as we know, we don't have a huge presence of a lot of fathers in children's lives.
That you are not spoke of and lifted up enough. I, in the past, have been in food share lines, collecting food for my family, and speaking to a couple of men, two men to be precise, who brought me to tears in their venture to raising their children. And I said to myself, this is very sad, it saddens me now, because you guys should have everything that I have. When I step out in my community, I can get housing with daycare in it, with job training on it, with outside services offered to me. Everything is in one pool. You guys are also given the runaround when you ask for certain things at, per se, the social services department. It is documented that you are given the runaround. It is documented that most services for women aren't given to you.
Some stats real quick. The North Hartford, North End is 60% single mother-led households. So that's a big, big deal. If a lot of households are being ran by single mothers, that means that kids are not getting both a father and a mother figure so that they can become a whole, well-rounded child.
Why do you think that is? Where are the men?
I have a lot of ideas about why. Some of it is, we have a lot of people who had children very young, and so neither of them were really ready to be mother or father. But, if the woman is the one who carries the child, she ends up usually with the responsibility. If the guy was a young man, 15, 16, 17 years old, he's not really old enough to know how to take care of children. So, and it kind of is a cycle that continues.
I was a father they asked to be a part of the committee. I was on the committee, but I was told at the committee not to tell my story. Everything I heard at that forum was dads are deadbeats, dads don't want to be in their kids' life, dads are the reason. And my daughters were sitting in the corner hearing all this. And I looked over and I said, my oldest daughter crying. Reverend Saylor stood up and said, tell your testimony. Stood up and I said, I'm sorry, you got lying. Everybody in this front row, I've been to your agency to get help for me and my daughters. And y'all told me if I was a single mom, y'all could help me. But y'all can't help me right now because I'm a single dad with three daughters. At the end of that event, the church stood up and got me an apartment. I met, I think it was Tim, and I forget the lady that was at Parker Memorial at that time, that invited me to their fatherhood group. Through the fatherhood group, I met other fathers going through the same situation. So we were able to be crutches for each other. So whereas when one father needed clothing for his daughter or needed money to get his daughter to school, we became a unit to where we could call each other. We learned to swallow our pride and say, we need help. It gave us an outlet to release the tension that we get at home, that we get from our children, that we get from day-to-day life. Because every man in here know they hold it. And I know it's very hard for men to say, I want to help pick myself up. I want to get better for my family. Because a lot of programs will not give you the chance to do that. But with this program, we're trying to reshape it to where you can be the driver and we can just assist you like All-Star. We want to be able to help you get training. We want to help you build a better relationship with your daughter. We want to help you become a better man. Because if you don't repair yourself first, then you can't establish that relationship with your child. You can't begin to walk as somebody new. So as first off, we want to be able to sit and talk with each one of you, see what your goals are, see what your vision is, see if you have a legacy that you want to implement. And if we can help put that blueprint on the road, then we want to do that. I know a lot of agencies say this, and trust me, I don't tell you. I tell him every day, this is another fatherhood program saying it. And Ron will be like, you gotta have faith. But all you gotta do is walk through the door. I'm not saying it's gonna happen the first day. I'm not saying it's gonna happen the first month. It will take a couple months to get you to where you wanna go. But again, you have to drive the vehicle to get there. We can only point you in a direction.
What can we do going forward to break that cycle in terms of educating our boys? Should we start talking about this in school?
Well, I'm a part of something called My Brother's Keeper Alliance of Hartford. So right now we're doing a program called 100 Mentors in 100 Days. And this is basically challenging adults to mentor young boys and men of color. Basically, there are not enough, positive role models. So we're asking people who may have had like better experiences and everything to come in and start helping raise these young boys. If it's, spending like an hour or so every few weeks, whatever you got to do, just to give a young boy a chance to see what positive parental or adult role models are. What I think can be done is just more stuff like that, like people in the community, men in the community stepping up and saying, you know what? I see that these boys don't have anybody. Let me be the person that helps them. And create like a little group, take them down, play basketball, and don't act like their little friend. So you hear them cussing, you hear them saying stuff that they really shouldn't, and you don't say anything. You actually come in and teach them, like make it a teaching moment. Like, hey, that back in the day, we didn't used to cuss in front of women. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Back in the day, we used to have like a certain attitude about family. Has anybody ever talked to you about family? Has anybody, whatever. Like meeting them where they're at is very important, but also, understanding their upbringing and what you can bring to it. Because we haven't all had the best lives, but when we're adults, we're supposed to do better. So you're supposed to do better for the next generation. And I think that's something that's definitely needed.